All right, man. We've still been talking about this self-absorption thing. Like Heather seems to think I don't know,
Heather
man.
didn't seem to think. Heather asked, was it about yourself? And you said no. Why? Do you think I'm self-absorbed? And I was like, nothing. I didn't say anything. I just was wondering if you were asking for a friend, wink, wink.
I was asking for a friend. And this friend is in a situation where he feels like he's dating someone that's self-absorbed. And I asked him, well, why do you say this? And he said, because whenever we have conversations, no matter what it is, it could be, oh, man, I twisted my ankle. Oh, my gosh, I went to the doctor. They put a cast on it. You know what? When I twisted my ankle, they put a cast on 2 of them.
Yeah.
You know, so every time they have a conversation, he says it circles back to this person. Also, when he's speaking, the person doesn't always pay attention. But when that person is speaking, they don't always, they get mad if you don't pay attention.
Of course.
Okay.
All right, I got the notes right here, Heather. I'm reading the notes right here.
You really are.
You should have done your diary.
Nah, I don't have issues like that. Think of your problems. Okay, the other thing is that person has difficulty empathizing with others.
Wow.
Okay.
You know, but this particular person, he says, isn't aware of these things. How do you make a person aware of these things, or is that your responsibility? And how do you learn to live with someone like that because he loves her?
Yeah. There's a difference between self-absorption and narcissism. So I'm glad he didn't use the word narcissist.
Okay.
Because we use that word a little bit too much now. Everyone's a narcissist if they don't agree with what I say.
Okay.
Right? So, but it does sound self-absorbed, though, right?
It does?
Like
Okay.
a preoccupation with yourself, right?
Uh-huh.
With your own interests, your own whatever it may be. And how do you deal with that? In my personal opinion, there's only so many conversations you can have before you had to put boundaries in place, and I got to be out. Now, if I'm married, that's different. I always say marriage is different.
Okay.
But if I'm not married, no. No. If I can't have a conversation about what's going on in my life and you can't pay attention to a conversation about what's going on in my life and you make it about yourself, nah, can't do it.
You feel like that person's never even listening to you anyway.
They're not, right?
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it also, too, that can be an anxiety thing. Sometimes when people are very anxious, they just start talking about themselves. They just talking. But she shouldn't still be experiencing anxiety at this point in the relationship, I wouldn't think.
Yeah.
So if you're having conversations and you say, by the way, not that this person is, but oftentimes in relationships, we're scared to have conversations. There's a fear of rejection. There's a fear of the person getting angry. There's a fear of the
I have that. I'm not
Yeah.
the confrontation thing. I dread confrontation in conversations.
Now confrontation is different
Something
than
different, yeah. If you call
confrontation
it
is different than conversation.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
My
So
bad.
you have these extremes, right? On one extreme you have avoidance. On the other extreme you have confrontation.
Come on.
But somewhere in the middle is
I'm
conversation.
avoidance
Yeah.
because I think things can lead to confrontation.
It can, but also that can get into people pleasing, which is its own thing, which isn't a good thing.
That's me too.
People pleasing is not a good thing. You can be both loving and kind and honest at the same time.
Okay.
You can be all of those things. It's not one or the other. It's not me cussing you out, or right. I can tell you and be honest about my boundaries and where I'm at.
Yeah.
And be kind and loving at the same time. So having a conversation with your partner and saying, babe, listen, I love you and I love you. And I need you to listen when I'm talking about some things going on in my own life. And if that's not something you can do, let me know.
I like that. And what do you say to the person who is self-absorbed and doesn't realize and it comes to that realization? How do you?
Sometimes life got to teach them.
Ooh.
You know?
Okay. All right.
Let's just be real about it.
David Weber's here. Heather had a question, too, about family.
Yeah, really quickly, because I know we got a lot of callers calling in. But, David, my question was, it's summertime. I was inspired by Sway to try to get some of the family members together on both sides, my family as well as my husband's, just to kind of barbecue, cookout, not necessarily a full blown out family reunion. That can be a lot. you know, to start off with. But I also realized there's some issues, and you know, people don't want to come, people don't want to be bothered. Then there's the financial side of it all, traveling and getting places. How would you recommend, because I was saying to Horace and my brothers actually, maybe we should just start small.
I love that.
Just start small, and hopefully no one takes offense. Maybe this year, you know, start with 10 people, and then hopefully it can grow out. Is that?
I love that. And if they do take offense, that's their issue. It's not your issue. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like one of the things that we learned in grad school a lot was about separating your issues from the client's issues. So when they're talking or they have an issue, they're talking about a family member, whatever it may be, and suddenly I'm thinking about someone in my family, and now I'm making their issue my issue, and they call that countertransference, whatever it's called. And so I'm saying that to say that your issue is your issue. If you have an issue with me having a small gathering at my own home and me inviting who I want to invite, that's not my problem. That's your problem.
Facts.
Right? Like I'm allowed to invite whoever I want to invite.
At my home.
At my own home.
Yeah.
And if you have an issue, that's your issue, not my issue.
Got
you know?
it. Yeah.
And so it sounds mean. I'm not trying to sound mean. It's just the truth. Like that's your problem. It's not my problem.
Yeah, he can't be sensitive with David Webber.
No,
no,
and it's just that I think sometimes that like to just get started. And whatever goes from there, it goes from there. But you're right.
Yeah, and people are all, I mean, you can invite everybody, and then one person got left out, and they would have an issue.
And there's something wrong with that.
There's still something wrong with that, you know?
Thank you.
We got Steve on the line from North Carolina. What up, Steve? We got David Webber, Citizens.
Hey, Steve.
He is a licensed clinical mental health counselor with a master's degree, and he does a lot of other things as well. He got a lot of other credentials, but if you want to talk with him, 888-742-3345 minus the invoice. Call up. All right, go ahead, Steve.
Hey, how y'all doing today? It's funny, I was just talking to my aunt and my uncle about some situations that's starting to happen again. But I'm 49, 20 and 30. I didn't think I needed counseling. I kind of figured I already knew what my problem was. Got an attitude problem. I can go from 0 to 80 real fast just with my mouth. Not really a fighter, but my mouth has got me in a lot of trouble, I will say. Things got really rough with my marriage, again, with me going, holding things in. And then once you argue, that argument turns into a big argument. So I started going to counseling. I had to move out of my house for a year, and I started going to counseling. Thought maybe, at the time I was thinking I needed marriage counseling. And I don't know what happened, but I ended up going to counseling for myself. And, man, I learned a lot. So I just want to say, if you don't think you need it, if you don't think it helps, trust me, it helps because it helped me be a better person. Now, my marriage probably won't continue, and that's fine. I've learned a lot of things. I've learned how to deal with things better, not going from 0 to 80. I might go from 0 to 20, 0 to 30, but just the counseling really helped me. It really helped.
That counseling really helped. Give that a round of man. I love that you said that because you probably didn't even think about it in the past, right? And you walk in and you find out, damn, this is something I could have been doing all along.
Yeah. I didn't even.
Well, yeah, and that's the other thing. I should have went when I was 20 or 30. Maybe my marriage would have lasted at this point, but I didn't. I'm going now, and I will say, I'm trying to become a better person again, so. But it helps.
There you go.
I tell all of my friends, and I'm not embarrassed to say it, hey, you got to try that counseling, man. It helps.
Love that advocacy.
Yeah. For sure. I didn't even meet a therapist until I became a therapist, until I went to grad school. I had never even met one. And so, I met doctors as a kid. I met lawyers as a kid. I never met a therapist before. And the one of the big lies is that something must be wrong with you if you go to therapy. You must have an issue.
Right.
That's not the case, that you have an issue. You may want to process something out. I know for me, I need a therapist to process whatever's going on inside of me. And so for me, especially as it relates to self-awareness, I think therapists are great at helping you, supporting you, and getting to know yourself and being honest with yourself about yourself, which is one of the most difficult things you could do.
David, do you think it's difficult for people to switch therapists? Like, if you've been in therapy for 10 years or 15, I don't know what's a long time, but I'm just, okay, let's say 15
That's
years.
a long time, yeah.
All right. And you're still kind of dealing with issues. Is that too long? Maybe you should switch.
Absolutely switch.
Okay.
For sure. And if the therapist is in their feelings, again, that's their problem. Right? Because we're taught that we can't take that personally. We want to get you the best help that we can get you. If it's not working after a year, if it's not working after a year and a half and you don't see any growth or you're not feeling any growth, find another therapist and be honest with your therapist about that. I feel like this isn't working. I feel like I'm not getting the skills that I think I need, and that therapist will be supportive of you and help you find someone else.
Got it.
Hey, Steve, you're a citizen, man.
Sway in
Thank
the
you for
morning.
your call.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And I'm sorry, I got one more question. Can I give one more question?
You're a citizen. That means.
Thank you.
I got to get to other callers. Okay. All right.
Yes, sir.
Thank
David
you,
Webb is in
Steve.
hot demand,
Shower
Steve.
head.
Thank you,
He
brother.
wanted to know about the shower
the
head.
shower head is incredible. We just got new filters.
It's the Afina, Afina.
Okay, Steve,
Sway.
get the
Thank you so
Afina.
much. Thank you so much.
All
You're
right,
welcome.
brother. I listen. I used to hang up
Okay, you're getting better.
because I went to therapy.
That's good.
My patience is better, man. Yeah, bro. Tony in Queens, welcome to the show, Tony.
What up, T?
Good morning. Appreciate y'all.
Good morning.
Long time listener, long time caller. We done met Sway at Fred the Gonson on street naming. Like, it's been a lot that I've been going through the past couple of years. And it has weighed on me. I've never done therapy. I've been a trouble kid, like fighting from Southside, so it's in me.
Okay.
I don't say okay like that, Sway. But
But you said South Side. I got it, Tone. I'm but go for it, brother. Let me get out the way. Go ahead.
Like, I've battled depression on my own, prior military, so maybe PTSD, contemplated suicide a couple of times, and therapy wasn't an option for me. And I fought my way out of that on my own by being a creative. Being an artist wasn't something that I ever thought that I would be able to do. Like, I paint. And that took me out of the dark spot that I was in. Being able to create and people seeing what I was able to do to release that cloud from over me. And it's beautiful. Like, if you can find a way to channel that hardship into a creative space, like, everybody doesn't, like, health insurance and coverage. A lot of people don't have the ability to be able to afford to go to a therapist. And that was that point where I was like, I couldn't afford a therapist. I didn't have health insurance. Now I do. But prior to that, my only way out of that dark cloud was to create. And when I put it online, it blew up. And that wasn't something that I was looking for, but I was able to sell my paintings. And that just brought me joy after doing that for a year. People wanting something that I made. And it came out of a dark place.
That's what's up. What you describe, and thanks for your call, but what you describe in therapy, we call those coping skills, right? And so whether you're experiencing depression or anxiety or whatever it may be, yours is, as an artist, you use a gift that you have, and that helps you cope. It helps you get out of depression or whatever else it may be that's going on with you. For someone else, it may be journaling. For someone else, it may be writing or poetry. For someone else, it's making music. Walking is a coping skill. Talking to friends or having a mentor, speaking to those people could be a coping skill. So you're right. A lot of people don't have access to therapists, particularly black male therapists. There's just not a lot of us. There's not. Right. And so if you're looking for that and you don't feel like you have the resources for that, you don't feel like you have someone you can talk to, using coping skills like reading or writing or journaling or painting are excellent for helping you cope, helping you get through really difficult times.
Definitely. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Tony, where are you now, man? How's your mind now? How you doing? How you navigating life?
I'm doing great. Job is good. I'm on my way to the Hamptons right now. It seems like every time I call y'all, I'm on my way to the Hamptons. But like life is good. It's not great. It can always be better, but it's good.
Good, man. Hey, brother, it's great to hear you say that because you're looking at the upside of things.
No doubt.
And
Definitely.
That's important. That's all about mindset, Tony. I'm curious about your art, man. Tag me on something so I can see it, okay?
You can go to it's Pores, P-O-U-R-S, 4, F-O-R, yours, Y-O-U-R-S, Pores for yours on Instagram.
I'm going to check you out, brother. I'm glad you're in a great place. Stay consistent and keep loving you, man. We appreciate you, brother. You're a super citizen, okay?
A Sway in the morning.
Definitely. Love y'all.
Tony.
Appreciate it.
Love you, man. Love you too, man. Wow,
Have
the
fun.
lines are lit up, man. We're here with David Webber. You can also reach David Webber directly. I don't want you to just rely on the show, right?
Yeah, please hit me up directly on Instagram today. My Instagram is David Webber _LPC. That's David, W-E-B-B-E-R _LPC. Hit me up. If you don't have that, please use that first. That's the quickest way for me to contact you. If you don't have that, just email me at davidwebberlpc@gmail.com.
Okay, we got King Jamal on the line from Portland. King Jamal, welcome to the show.
J.
King.
Good morning. Good morning. First time caller.
First time caller, give him the greeting,
What up,
man.
what up, what up, what
Get him,
up?
Tyler. Hey, welcome to the session.
Appreciate it.
Wow.
Thank you
No
very
problem,
much.
brother.
Man, I've never spoken to a therapist. I guess I got a little perception like, what do they know? I'm thinking everybody go through family issues. So what can they tell me about mine that, that they ain't going through with theirs? Or they never walked through my shoes. And so right now my heart is real heavy. I lost my mother last month. And it seems like, being the oldest child, everything is on me. And family, they didn't step up physically, mentally, or emotionally to, I guess, maybe to my standard, or maybe I put too much expectations on them. But I'm just grieving. I'm mad at the world. I've been just crying every day, 40 days, 40 nights. It's a pain like no other. It's just unbearable. And I just don't know what to do, who to talk to. I'm just disappointed in the world, mad at the world, mad at just mad at everybody. I just don't know what to do, what to go. Left or right, up or down.
That's real. Sorry to hear about your loss.
Yeah, I'm
Thank you
sorry
very
to hear
much.
about your loss, man. If you don't mind, man, let's acknowledge your mom.
Yeah.
Listen, say her name 3 times so we can signify her presence on this earth in the physical and the spiritual, man. Let's celebrate her. Can you say her name 3 times?
Felicia Ann Jeter, Felicia Ann Jeter, Felicia Ann Jeter.
Give her Felicia Ann Jeter a
Amen.
round of applause,
Yes,
man.
yes.
She raised an amazing son. What would you say to him, David Webber?
Yeah, first off, thank you for calling, and I hope I'm able to help you today. After this, I want to get your contact information and call you and try to hook you up with a therapist personally. Number one, there's for people who don't know, there are 5 stages of grief that we talk about in therapy, and it sounds like right now the stage that you're in is anger, which is normal. So you're not experiencing anything that's wrong. So the first stage is denial. The second stage is anger. The third stage is bargaining. The fourth stage is depression. And the fifth stage is acceptance. And those stages aren't linear. In other words, it doesn't mean you go from denial, then to anger, then to bargaining. It doesn't work that way. You may be in denial at first and then feel like you have acceptance, and then you're back to denial. And then you're angry, and then you're depressed, and you're back to anger, and then you're back to denial, right? So it's all over the place. And right now you have a right to be mad. And sometimes, by the way, not just for you, but for people listening, sometimes people are angry at the person for dying, for something they didn't give them, something they didn't say, something they, when I say give them, I mean emotionally or whatever it may be. Sometimes you're mad at the person for putting themselves in that position or not taking care of their body. Sometimes you're mad at them for all different types of things. That's normal too. Sometimes you're mad at yourself for not having a better relationship or not saying I love you in that last phone call, or last week you said I was going to call you back and you didn't call back, or whatever it may be. So being mad at them is normal. Being angry with yourself is normal. Going through the different stages of grief is normal, and grieving the way that you grieve is normal. I'm not going to grieve like you. You may not grieve like me. I may get quiet. You may be making jokes and talking and laughing and having a good time. Everybody is different. And right now, the stage that you're in right now is anger. And that's okay. So having acceptance as it relates to my anger. I'm angry. I'm angry at the world. I'm angry at her. I may be angry at myself. And that's okay. So not judging yourself for the stage that you're currently in. Not judging yourself for the stage that you're currently in.
Thank you. I really needed to hear that because I kind of felt like I've been hard on myself. And I'm probably my biggest critic, so I just feel like I've been real hard on myself, and it's hard to navigate through it without just I feel like my mother was my North Star, and now that she's gone, I just feel like I'm lost, and I'll never be able to find my way back home out here. And even at 43, it's just unbearable pain. I just really don't know what to do, and I got to keep it strong for my little sister.
King
know
King
what to
Jamal,
do.
I want to share something with you because we actually have that in common, and I'm the oldest as well, and it took years for me to get over my anger, and at times I was embarrassed to say that because I kept trying to put on a strong front, but it took years for me to get over the anger. With the death of my mom, and a lot of what you saying, I relate to that. But honestly, my younger brother said something to me, and he said, "You have to stop judging people in death." And it hit me like a ton of bricks. And I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Your mind now is working in overdrive. You mad because this person didn't send a card, this person didn't show up. You thought we should have helped more, could have helped more. You're not allowing us to process. It's our mother too.
Mm-hmm.
She was somebody else's wife or sister, or you're not allowing that. This is how you're grieving, but you're mad at their grief when you haven't really dealt with your own." So if it helps a little bit, Jamal, you're gonna need that time for yourself. It made sense for me later, but hopefully when you get angry, you'll think about that, judging others during death. That's a process.
I've been mad at first cousins. I've been mad at my dad.
Oh yeah,
Jamal,
I was mad at everybody. I was horrible to work with. Ask Sway.
Yeah, it was bad, man. I had to deal with it, Jamal.
I was mad at him too.
Yeah, I wanted to be empathetic towards Heather. Heather would come in mad for she was mad. She first walked in the door, I didn't even say nothing to her, David.
That's real.
Can you counsel us?
Yeah, I got y'all.
Okay.
I got y'all.
All right.
Yeah.
But Jamal, lean into your faith.
I appreciate y'all so much.
Lean into your faith,
God
Jamal.
was definitely the answer.
Let go, let God. That's what I had to do with my grandmother, right? And I was angry, and I was angry at people.
Yeah.
I put a lot in. I spent a lot of time with her. I had to let go and let God. And that's something she taught me, Jamal.
Right.
But you're not alone in this. As you can see, David Weber is kind of profiling these emotions because we're human. We go through these things, right?
We're human. And grief doesn't have an end date. You know how you go to school? There's an end date. Right. I graduate in June.
Yeah.
There's no end date with grief, right? So it's not like when I get to this point, the grief will be over. The grief on some level will always be there. At the same time, I think, love what you said earlier, Sway, how do we honor her moving forward? That relieves and helps some of the grief. How do you honor her? Do you honor her through writing? Do you honor her? Do you have a picnic every year that will celebrate her life? You bring family together. Finding ways to honor her, I think, will help in the grieving process. And then, like I said earlier, there's no right or wrong way to grieve. You grieve the way that you grieve. Other people grieve the way that they grieve. And thank you for sharing that story, Heather B, because that's real and people experience that. And also, emotions are complicated.
Yeah.
Emotions aren't simple. I just don't experience only grief or only sadness or only anger. It may be a combination of different things at the same time, and I don't even know which one it is, right? So if you're having complicated grief, is what it's called in the DSM-5, which is the book we use to diagnose our clients, if you're having complicated grief, you're experiencing all different types of emotion and it's happening over a long period of time. And so that may be possible as well. Yeah. So I'm gonna get your number. I'm gonna give you a call. We'll try to get you some help. All right.
And if you find him that help, I'll take care of his. If you do take the help, I'll take care of your first 10 sessions because you got to do a minimum 10
for sure
to begin with. Okay, Jamal. So go ahead and receive that.
Very much.
Receive that, brother. Say her name 3 times again. Let's celebrate her once again. Come on. Say her name.
Felicia Ann Jeter. Felicia Ann Jeter. Felicia Ann Jeter. I love you, Mom. I miss you.
She's in here.
Amen. God bless her.
She love you too, King Jamal. We love you, brother. You a super citizen.
A Sway in the morning.
And we got your information, okay? Hold your head. All right, David Weber, hang out. We got Kirk Franklin up next.
Oh, for sure.